Hello, welcome back to Age Domain Tuesdays.
Hello, hello.
The music was playing in my ears, but now you're not playing in my ears. Like, why is this?
Standards. We have this problem all the time, Mark.
Yeah, try again. Is
that better?
Oh, it says they're unplugged. They're not unplugged.
This is why you need a PC, mate. I know you can't hear me, so I can bash Apple now while you can't hear me.
There you go. I can hear you. Cool. Welcome, everybody. A 1 week hiatus where we had the Building Empires event last week, which I hope you all enjoyed as much as we did. It was great. Yeah, it's a great event to put on. We had some great speakers, some really good stuff. And yeah, we did a lot of, we did more live streams with more people. So with the panels, the expert panels we had at the end of the days. So we still did as many streams last week, just there was a load more talks as well from other people. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you missed it, don't worry. You can still register and go and watch those videos. They're over at building.empires.live. Go here. So it was on the 7th of the month of June, so you missed it, but you didn't miss it. So you go back, you can still go and register and watch the talks, or if you like, you can go and watch the replays as well. And it's all, yeah, if you missed it entirely, it's all about website investing. It's all about creating profitable content sites. So head over there, and we had 5 or 6 talks a day plus a panel. So yeah, go and check that out. So who we got here today? We have Carly, Birdie, Wayne. We've got Sam. We've got Chris, Dimitri. We've got Paul. We've got Tim. We've got Facebook user. We got Jeffrey. We've got Nick. Nick Burridge. Hey Nick, how you doing? And Chris, if I didn't already mention him. So yeah, welcome back. So today's show, we're going to be talking about. Today's show we're going to be talking about how to find low competition competitor sites. Is that right, Adam?
Yes.
Before we jump into that, tell us how you're doing.
I'm good. You've changed the angle of the camera though, so and I was expecting this at some point, because when we went to the affiliate gathering event, you said people didn't realize how tall you were, and you've changed it now, so you're literally taller than me on the camera for some reason. Like, I feel like I need to put my chair up now.
It's the same place. It's not.
I've never been
just got taller.
Maybe I've just realized. I don't know. But apart from that, things are good. We've got a busy couple of weeks coming up, so we're just getting ready to move out of our house. It's been renovated, so we have to be out by the end of June. So we've just been packing up boxes and just throwing everything away, basically. Everything that we can't take with us, we're just throwing away, because we have to move out for about 6 months. So yeah, it's going to be a busy next 2 weeks getting that ready.
6 months, yeah. Can't believe that. I thought it was 6 weeks until this week. Or was it last week? Yeah, I thought, yeah. Wow, that is a big building job.
Yes. Yeah.
How's it for you? Yourself, yeah?
Huh?
Yeah, you're doing it with yourself, are you? Yeah.
Mate, we've been through this. Like the tools I have in the house is a little screwdriver set, and that's it. I don't have a drill. I don't have a hammer. That's the extent of my DIY skills.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Our house move is postponed due to the people we're buying off, so that's on hold now till God knows whenever they find a house. So sadly, I will not be making a move anytime soon either. So, but The weather's fantastic. Summers are coming. And
yes, we've got a heat wave in the UK here starting Wednesday, apparently, haven't we?
it's gonna be like 29 or something on Wednesday. So
Tomorrow, we say like Wednesday, like it's next week. It's tomorrow.
it's already pretty hot now. So I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know what temperature it is now, but yeah, it's pretty hot. All right. So yeah, we're cracking with the show. If you're new around here, please like and subscribe. The more people like and subscribe, the more people will get on the stream, and the more fun it is. And the more the algorithm will show us for other people as well, and help us grow this and make it more fun. If we get 35 likes by the end of the stream, then we'll do a merch giveaway. Oh, I thought I was going to do the wrong side again then, but no, merch giveaway. Niche website builders, t-shirts, hat, caps, and mugs on offer. So hit the like button, and we'll do a draw at the end of the show. Yeah, so as I mentioned, today's show is about how to find low competition competitor sites. So there's a number of reasons why we might want to do this, and generally it comes down to competitor research. You're looking for sites. Well, let's just jump into it.
You were just going to do your presentation without showing the presentation, then.
I was going to preamble it, but
yeah.
So what are we talking about when we're talking about low competition competitor sites? We're talking about sites that are weaker than us, i.e. they have like less authority than us. And if you're familiar with the tomb raiding keyword research method that we talk about quite regularly on this channel, it's a name that we coined, a certain kind of process-driven competitor research that we do. So when using this method, we essentially establish the authority of a site by using a number of industry metrics. So we'll use things like trust flow, citation flow, domain rating, URL rating, domain authority, page authority. So we'll use all of those. We'll add them all up together, and we'll get a number, and that hopefully averages things out a little bit if there's inconsistencies between the tools. But basically, we use that number, we add them all up, and then we do that for our own site and any competitors that we find, and then we work out who we believe we have a higher authority for than, and the sites that we believe are lower authority than us. So that's what we aim to do. But really, we want to find like as many competitor sites as we can in this list. So one thing, like finding like low competitor. So before I jump on, so the team raiding keyword research methods, if you're not familiar with it, you can jump onto our website there. We've got a blog, and also on that blog is an embedded YouTube video, or you can go straight to YouTube, search our channel for tomb raiding, and you'll find it. For the technique, and it gives a step-by-step view of the technique that we use. So the best sites that we're looking for, the most valuable tombs, as I put it, is the outliers. So sites that outperform their authority in terms of traffic and the number of pages. So so we look, the best sites that we can find, ones that we want to imitate, are ones that they're just outperforming their DR. So you look at them in the search, you look at them in Ahrefs or whatever, and for a certain search term, for their DR, they're just like way higher than you think they should be against versus other sites that they're up against. So generally, that's a good thing, and we really want to try them, because if they're managing to rank with their low authority, then we should expect that we could rank too. I feel like I've explained that really badly, but yeah. So we're looking for those people those sites that generally, that means they've done a really good job on content or their on-page stuff, because they haven't got the authority, they haven't got the backlinks and the backlink profile to compete in theory, but they've done a great job on their content. So those are exactly the kind of people that we want to correlate our content to, because if they've already done a good job on content, then we want to do that too. So When we're finding competitors for the tomb raiding technique, you'll see when we've done the video before and we've explained it, we just go and find a whole bunch of competitors, and we're not too picky. They just need to be very well aligned to the niche that we're in. For today's live stream, we're kind of looking more for the outliers. We're looking for those ones that are like really stand out sites that we can look to hopefully raid a lot from. So to do this today, to do this in general, we use a combination of tools: Ahrefs, Semrush, and Google. We all do it different ways. Like Adam does it a slightly different way to me, and I do it a slightly different way to him. But the principle's still the same. We're still trying to find those sites. Exactly what I said, that are the outliers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the way that I do it today. Hopefully, we've not planned this, and I've not done a trial run. So I'm hoping that we find some good sites. So it's all live, so that makes it super exciting. We'll see how we get on with that. But yeah, so I'm going to kind of take you through. And the reason this kind of came up is that we were just training somebody up internally, Eleanor, a member of our team internally, on how to find these sites. And Adam and I realized that we kind of go about it slightly different ways. So we just all got on a call and we sat down and kind of went through our ways of finding these low competition competitor sites. And we thought, this will make a good stream. So, and I guess the reason it ties into the age domain stuff is because really we're looking at, for the tomb raiding technique. Sorry, we often use the tomb raiding technique when we're working with age domains because the age domains already have some authority and therefore there's weaker competitors that we can go after. Enough waffling, I think. I think I did a terrible job of that waffling at the start, but we'll go.
I think we got there. We got the gist of it in the end.
We got there in the end, yeah. I feel like I haven't talked to people today. I think I'm just getting warmed up. Okay. Let's share the screen. Okay. So this is Ahrefs. So if we pick what I hope will be a reasonably easy niche to find some competitor sites in. So in this example, we're going to kind of start with trying to find some low competition competitor sites in the gardening niche. So generally what I tend to do is that I will start with a really high level broad keyword within that niche. So the highest possible one in the gardening niche would be gardening. That's where I start generally. So I go to batching terms. I go into questions here, and then I will. What I tend to do is I just try to, because when you sort by keyword difficulty, you tend to get this whole load of NA ones with like questionable volume and stuff. So I tend to just set the KD to 1, set the volume to 1, and then click show results. And that kind of gives me at least something that's got some form of volume and some form of a keyword difficulty that I can sort by. And what I'm doing here is actually trying to find a keyword that's kind of easy to rank for, that a site with low authority would tend to go after. So they're not going to, unless they're not sure, they're just learning and they're not sure what they're doing, and they're going after keywords that are way too competitive for themselves. Like somebody who with a low authority will tend to go after sites that go after keywords that have lower authority. Oh, sorry, lower difficulty. God, I can't speak. So here we're just checking out, trying to find a good keyword to get started, basically. So, gardening on a hill, how to plan it, how to landscape a hill. That sounds a bit more sensible. Okay, so what I'll do then is I'll go into here and go how to landscape a hill. Go to the overview. Head down right down to the bottom here, and at the bottom here you'll see basically the SERPs. And here I just tend to go and look down. Okay, are there any low authority sites that are ranking for this? So actually, it's a pretty bad one I picked to start with, because there is this one at the top, and then there's this one here, which is the DR6. But other than that, we've got some quite high DRs in this. Maybe I picked the wrong one to start with, but let's just open these up anyway. And what I'm trying to find to start.
I was just going to say, this is very much a trial and error thing as well, right? You're probably never going to find the right term first time around. You're going to have to spend some time doing this for lots of different terms, and the more time you spend doing it, like, the better your results are going to be. Like, I'd be really surprised if you picked an awesome one to start with there, because it never really happens like that, does it?
No, it doesn't. Hang on, where's it? Oh, that's why. Let's go back and pick a different one. So I don't want anything to do with Sims 3, which I noticed is in there. So we've got how to wash gardening gloves. There's another one. Let's take a look at these anyway.
Oh, I think you're in Site Explorer there, Mark.
All right. Yeah, I mean, this is like a company site, I think. Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be that good. And this looks like a landscaper. But they might have a blog. You never know. Okay, so this one's... No, it's not that good. I mean, it kind of does okay, right? But we aspire for more stuff than that. Let's see what she's ranking for. Yeah, she only got a few pages. I hate my yard. Okay, let's just go with wash gardening gloves.
Oh, there's a nice DR2 in there.
There's a few. There's another 2 and a 0 and a 4 and a 0. So we tend to open these up. And what I'm trying to do here is we're just trying to find like one seed site to start with that's ranking. Oh yeah, that's a 10 that's got the featured snippet there as well. Did I do that one already? Okay, so we've got a few here. So if we're going to, it's annoying because it uses this overview too, which I don't like. Do you ever go in there?
Nah.
Don't like any of the 2.0 stuff. Okay, that's got.
That's not. Wait! Don't close it. That's the URL, not the root domain.
Oops, daisy.
Would you leave that .co.uk one in there?
Eventually, if it's got good content.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah. If it's ranking for some good content, yeah. Depends, I guess, where it's. But yeah, I would. I'd still take a look. Okay, so this one's looking okay, but it's kind of looking like it's just got started. It's heading in the right direction. This one's not doing too bad for a 2.3. Let's check the top pages for this. Is this like an own the yard copy? That's what you reckon?
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I think so. Looks like an income school website.
It does actually. Is it there? It's not there. Is it there?
Yeah, it's their theme. It's Sakabado.
It's their theme.
Yeah,
these are the ones we like to find, isn't it? Okay, so 110 pages, not bad. Just a little tip here as well. I always had doesn't contain hash and doesn't contain question mark here, because it gets rid of any URLs with query strings, or is it called anchors, page anchors? I was putting
jump links,
whatever. Yeah, whatever. They've got another name as well, but basically it gets rid of them. So it's 108 pages actually. So DIY blueprints, plans, and ideas. What should you put in the bottom of a raised garden bed? Yep, this all sounds like good stuff. I mean, so they've only got 108 pages. And what was the... Yeah, so they're not doing bad for that, 'cause considering this is probably underestimating 2 or 3 times. It's probably not a bad start. It's got some decent content in there. It's not the dream site that we're looking for, but this one does not look good.
No,
that one does not look good. Oh,
no.
And this one's just started out as well, with the looks of it. Okay, so Yard Kids is our best bet so far. But before we, I'll go back to that in a minute, but I'll just show the next avenue after this, basically. So once you've found a site that you're happy with, and this isn't, I'm not entirely happy with this, but this is like something to work with. I tend to go into competing domains here. And what you can do then is kind of, you get all of the competition for this domain. So, and I don't know how Ahrefs comes up with this kind of these competing domains, but generally what you'll find is that if you find a site with like a low DR but good traffic, you'll tend to find similar sites around the similar sort of DR level, rather than like a higher DR level. You definitely get other ones mixed in, but if you start trying to look at the competitors of a really high authority site, the ones that you look at, the competitors of that domain tend to be all out of reach anyway. So you're better off trying to find a good one with a low authority domain and then working from there.
Generally, would you export all of that, by the way?
Yeah, so there's
all of those.
Yeah. So there's two. So the best way to do this is kind of click the export button here, and you'll get a CSV. And what you can then do is you go into batch analysis up here, and you can paste all of your URLs from the competitors into here. What we'll do is, this comes out as a, yeah. But basically, that'll give you all of the metrics that you need. But given that I'm not going to be able to do that now, I'm going to kind of just show you like one by one. But basically, what we're looking for here is, you'll see the traffic and you'll see the domain rating. So, I mean, the traffic again is not super high, but it's a DR8. And then I just tend to go down this little list. So that's all right. Domain rating. This is gym. I don't know if that's a gym or not. We'll have a look in there a sec. Oh, it's going to be too low. As you see, we're getting quite low authority domains here, though. Let's try this one. Yeah, they're all pretty. Oh, it was looking good until the domain rating came in. No. David's Giant Vegetables. That could be any kind of site, couldn't it? That was 3.2. 13. Maybe I will try and export it. It might be easier. This one potentially. What site's this? Well, I can't see. Backyard Sidekick. Where are we? Where do we get to? There you go. Right. Just go down a few more. 10K, DR15. That's not too bad. Swing Set Warehouse. Oh, we'll have a look. That looks greenhouse today. Maybe not, but we'll have a look. Okay, so own playground. Oh, looks like it got hit in the May update. That was
One of
doing
these
okay.
we're going to see today.
So yeah, I wonder. So that one got hit in the May update by the looks of it. Look at this one. So this one's not too bad. It's a DL20. What is it? Backyard playground equipment and play sets.
Is this moving too far away from gardening now, man, considering that we started looking out for gardening sites?
It probably is, to be fair. But let's see.
It's easy to go down the rabbit hole, right? Oh, yeah, this is a great one now, but got to remember.
Yeah, where we started.
Yeah.
But let's go down this route anyway now. Let's pretend we were looking for was it yard games and swing sets and stuff.
Okay.
Otherwise we could be here all day. Okay, so yeah, swing set accessories. This is all swing stuff. This one's been going down a little bit. It's by yeah, it's not great. I'm gonna leave that one. So this one looks okay. Backyard Sidekick, DR32. Let's look at the top pages for this one. So here it says 896 pages, but if I do my rules here to get rid of those URLs we're not interested in. Okay, 366 pages. So you can see it's quite a difference there. So if you've been looking at how many pages a site has using that, you might have been misled. But anyway, soccer field size layout, basketball court dimensions. These, yeah, we've gone a bit further away again here. 3DI. I mean, there's a few things, right? You might have to try and dig out like what's useful for you there and what's not, but it seems like quite a broad site, that one. Backyard Sidekick, the name sounded good. Mediavine. Okay, so it's like gardening and outdoor fun, sports and games. It's kind of gone quite broad there. Where do we get to? Backyard Sidekick. This one's DR15. It's doing all right. Looks like, if anything, look, actually that one got a boost by the update. If anything, yeah. I think. Sunshine and Play. Where's the menu?
Oh, this is not another Project 24 website. Looks like
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But with no menu. Interesting choice. I don't know if it's just gone. It's just invisible or vanished. But yeah, no menu. Strange. Okay. So let's look at the top pages again. There's already, 141 pages even before we filter any ones out, so it's still doing pretty good. Playground equipment names with pictures, candles, trampolines, garbage cans, gas grill, how to keep stray cats off your porch. They've gone quite random.
And a bit of everything.
Fire pits. There's some stuff in there that you could probably dig out though as well. Right, come on. I want to find a beast site. Oh, this one's good. I think this one got hit as well. In the May update. Not so much, sort of marginal. What's this? What's this? Is greenhouses though. Maybe we've gone full circle back to gardening again here, mate.
Back to gardening.
Yeah. Adam tells me that you don't have to do this on Ahrefs, which is useful. It automatically filters out. So we've got best vegetables to grow in a greenhouse. How does color of light affect plant growth? How long does it take for a tomato to grow? There's some good articles here, actually, with decent traffic numbers. What is this site? So it's DR31, so nothing too incredible. And it's made its way up to, well, it's dropped back down to about 32,000 now. So that could be 60, 70 or more kind of thousand in reality. Let's check it out. It's Semrush. Semrush, we were saying the other day that Semrush seemed like used to be better, more accurate with traffic, but they're much more aligned now than they used to be. So it's 32,000 on there. It's 46, so it's got a little bit. But yeah, you can see by the May update there a little bit. Yeah, so I guess that's the process. So like once I find another good one, it's kind of going down that little rabbit hole again. So you kind of find that one, and then I'll look at the competition again in here. I think we're going to have to like leave it here. It's run out of time quicker than we thought, but so that we can get on with the main teardowns. I say this one's good. Looks good. Growing greenhouse, 12,000, DR23. Like I say, the best way to do this is export it and then put it into the batch. Oh, this is not bad as well. Just do a couple more. See if we can find that magic one. What was that? 18 and DR41. Okay. Did I just open up the site? I think I did. Okay, organic search, so 50K, DR33. So again, that's going to be, 80, 90, 100 plus in reality, probably, not always. This has got actually a few pages, we'll see. 624. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch. I mean, this is decent traffic as well, again, for all of these articles. So again, that's another one we could probably check out for our list. This one's good. DR28 up to 75,000. Let's see how many pages it's got. And I guess the reason we look at the number of pages is because the traffic can look good, but if it's got 10,000 pages all getting like 2 visitors a month each, that's like not what we want to go after. We're interested in sites that have got few pages but lots of traffic. Yeah, that's kind of why I keep looking down here. So it's got 570, which isn't too bad, even if it doesn't reduce down much here with this. Yeah, so it's 570 pages. It's got 60,000, 63,000. So again, more likely towards 100,000. And last one, another May update. Hitter. Grower today. So I guess I'd be very cautious about using any content or imitating any content that got hit in the May updates. I probably wouldn't really go down the rabbit hole here with this one, although it's probably got some good articles. I'm just trying to steer away for anything that got hit. So yeah, it's got plum tomatoes versus Roma tomatoes. What are white carrots? what are white carrots called? White carrots, presumably. When to spray LED grow light distance chart. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff there. I'm going to shut up now and stop talking about that so you can do the teardowns, Adam. But I guess that's basically it. I mean, we didn't. Hopefully, it was somewhat useful. You know, in kind of looking at how we kind of go about finding those like really good sites. You know, the ones you really want to find are like the ones that are like DR5 and they've got 200,000 traffic from 200 posts or something, and they do come along when we're searching for them. It's just you have to dig in, and you can go on forever doing that digging. Once you found one good site and looking at all the competitors on that, you can go on for as long as you like trying to find good sites. But it's well worth the dig sometimes because you come up with some real gems eventually.
Yes, we do have, I guess, one kind of thing that came through on the questions here is talking about the Project 24, like the income school stuff. Like lots of people seem to be finding those doing the research, and basically as they don't promote kind of link building, does that just make them like targets? And if you are in that kind of school of thought, like should you be doing more link building?
We target them, right? So
yeah.
I mean,
and I don't think it's just us. I think it's kind of like the backbone of most keyword research strategies is to look for either low competition keywords with high volume, and usually to get there you kind of reverse engineer websites that are doing well. And if you can find a website that's doing well with low authority and not great backlink profile, I think it's not just us and this method, it's most methods would ultimately end up coming back to sites like yours if that was the case.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you always mention that you like finding any starts with the Acapado thing and for sale, or you try and buy them because you know that with a bit of link building, they could be doing even better. So yeah. I mean, we target they do get targeted because the content's generally pretty good on the Acapado theme, and if you followed Income School, the content's generally pretty good, and you find quite a few. We found 2 today that are doing pretty well from the resources they have.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, let's get on with the teardowns.
Awesome.
Which one do you want to do first? Okay,
do this one. Why is there Chris must have taken the screenshot too early on the graphic chart. There's no,
that was keen.
There's no line.
There is no. It does say 144,000 on the on the screen.
Yeah. So for this part of the show, for the rest of the show, we're going to look at 2 domains that are in our inventory currently, and do a little bit of a teardown on them, kind of a little bit of light due diligence on what we look for, and then a little bit about some of the competitors, where we think we could take the domain, like what kind of topics you could cover, etc. So first we're going to look at is the Projector Pros. It's been around for 18 years, DR11, 359 referring domains, and has some really strong domains. It's got one from raspberrypi.com, a DR85. We'll have a little more look at some more in a second, but essentially it's got a really decent link profile for the niche that it's in. And one of the competitors we found in a similar space, which basically just looks initially at kind of like home cinema guides. And I think there's so much more outside of just cinema, like projectors and things like that you could cover. You've got audio, soundbars, TVs, projectors, like you've got the whole AV spectrum to go after. So this one, just the home cinema guide, is a great example of what you can achieve in just like kind of small aspect of that space. So without further ado, let me share my screen and we will get into it.
What I'll say as well is that we still need some likes for the giveaway. So we need 35 likes for the giveaway. We're at 24 at the moment. We've got 36 people on stream. So if everyone hits the like button, then we'll do the giveaway at the end.
Awesome. So just pulled up Ahrefs. See here, just an overview. It's a DR11, 366 referring domains. Been offline for some time, and we'll have a little look through way back in a second. But when it was online, back in kind of 2016, 15, 16, 17, was ranking for some fairly decent number of keywords, like at its peak about 24, 25, 23,000 keywords, and getting a decent amount of traffic. When we go back and have a look, it was an e-commerce store. So for an e-commerce store to get kind of 5, 10, 15,000 visits on a fairly high kind of ticket item, it was doing fairly well in terms of SEO traffic. And this is what the website looked like. I mean, this was back in 2004. It's very, it looks like a website from 2004, but basically they were an e-commerce store. They actually sold products. They sold different brands of projectors and kind of business projectors, home theater projectors, screens and accessories. And then that's what it looked like in 2005 and 2011. Like it stayed the same, just had a small kind of like design update, but realistically looked exactly the same, owned by the same owners. And then in 2013 was still pretty much looking the same. And then in 2015, the site was redirected here to AdTech Systems. It looks like it was acquired by another kind of projector company, or they kind of do AV systems, AV design, installation. And it was online for about a year before. I think what probably happened is they acquired it, set up the redirect, and then forgot to tick the box to auto renew, because just a year later or thereabouts, the site went offline, and that was the end of that. It didn't come back online, basically. So a fairly clean history. Like I say, been offline for some time, but when it was online, had lots of kind of relevancy in this space that we're looking at. So when we look at the anchor text, or we always order it from highest to lowest number of referring domains. And what we can see here is the top one is the Projector Pro, so it's branded. We've got business projector, projectors, the Projector Pros. Kind of, it looks quite natural. It's what you would expect from an e-commerce type projector website. And then scroll down, and there's nothing kind of untoward in there. It's what you would expect, basically, like say from a projector website. Then we have a look at the referring domains. So over time, it picked up a lot of links from Wikipedia, which is great. It's really hard to get those to stick these days if you actually manage to get them placed. So the fact that these have been live for years means probably they aren't going anywhere. So you'd have to recreate the content this points to. I think that's important with the Wikipedia links. And then we have some links from IEEE.org, Mac Rumors, Raspberry Pi, Tom's Guide, like some really big websites. Like covered Tom's Guide the other day, is owned by a massive company, Future PLC, and they cover all kinds of everything to do with technology, basically. And then even a bit further down, we've got more relevant ones. So we've got AVS forums, we've got Blu-ray.com. I'm not even sure Blu-ray is still a thing. I can't remember anybody who's done that, but AV forums, audioholics.com. So a good mix of kind of high authority tech-based sites, and then a little bit further down, like audio-visual type specialist websites as well. When we look at the best pages by links incoming, we always order highest to lowest in terms of referring domains. And ideally, what we want to see here is most go to the homepage. Not always. It depends on what that page is, and if that's not the case, then you have to recreate it. But then this also gives us an idea of what kind of content we would want to recreate or we would want to make on the website initially upon launch. So in this case, there's a page about ratios that we would want to create. We pop this back into Ahrefs. Some websites, the URLs are really descriptive, some aren't. In these cases, we'd have to pop them back into Ahrefs to have a look exactly what the content here was about. But we've got a page about accessories and pull down interlacing, which is something to do with, like, on the screen. We've got screen types and LCD versus IOCS, so plasma pros and cons. So this gives us an idea of the first kind of batch of content that we would want to create. So we'd want to recreate these pages, definitely not keeping the same URL structure, because obviously that's quite horrible, but then setting up 301 redirects from these pages into our new posts. And then if we go back and have a look in 2016, when we can see that it had a decent amount of traffic, there was about 130 pages on the website. And here you can see, it had things like throw ratios and viewing distances, how to set up a room for front projection. This is that page we looked at there, DLP versus LCD versus LCOS. How bright do you need it? So even though they were an e-commerce store, they also had quite a bit of kind of informational, useful content around projectors and setting them up, and what you need to know. So like resolutions and aspect ratios explained. So this is great. If we kind of recreate some of this content, then it'll be awesome. And we can see back in the day, it ranked really well for that type of content. Projector throw distance was position number 1, and how to set a projector was number 2. And so it's got a good history of ranking informational content, not just the commercial e-commerce terms as well. And just quickly check, we look at the same time frame, but just look at the keywords. And this gives us, the same kinds of things, but in more, in just a little bit more detail. So setting up a projector and that kind of stuff. So what would we do with it? And using Mark's method that he just showed there, we found this competitor, which is the homecinemagaguide.com. If we have a look here, it's been around for a good couple of years. Looks like it's been hit in the last 2 updates slightly, but it's still getting a fairly decent amount of traffic. So 144,000 is probably getting, I don't know, 350,000 sessions per month in reality. And if we have a look at it, it's a DR39, so a bit more powerful than ours, but when you start with a DR11 website, you kind of know that you're going to have to do some additional link building over time anyway. But this just goes to this is just a good guide of kind of what's possible just in the home theater space. And then when we have a look at the pages, they get driving that amount of traffic with just 176 pieces of content. So it's not I'm going out and created 1,000 pieces of content or anything. This is totally achievable and totally doable for just kind of the lay person that wants to create a niche kind of website. And then when we have a look at the content, they've got a mixture of commercial content and informational content. Oops. So this is their commercial kind of content. I've had a look through it. The table looks really nice, but in all honesty, the content isn't. There's nothing amazing about the content. Like it's just it's your typical kind of commercial pieces of content. There's a lot of like buyer's guides at the top. You don't get into the kind of meat of it until you're a bit further down. But when you get into the meat of the actual reviews themselves, there's nothing really in there that sets it apart from any of the competitors I could find. They do a good job with this kind of table stuff, but really this is just data taken kind of from Amazon. Really, there's nothing new or unique in there. So that's their commercial content, and then they've got informational content. So how to measure a TV screen, and they do a pretty good job with this. Got some nice charts in here as well. I think this is interactive, so that's quite nice. And they've got a couple of FAQs at the bottom. So, but the thing about this is it kind of just looks at mainly home theater systems, speakers and sound bars for like your home. It doesn't really cover like a ton of other things outside in terms of audio visual. So the majority of this is just home cinema guides. So we would look at this and we would look to find more competitors that look like this and then do our tomb raiding kind of methodology based off of that. And that's the Projector Pros. Anything to add on that, Mark?
No, that's fine. I don't know if we made it clear at the start that these are domains that are available on our website for purchase. So Projector Pros, you can pick up as an H domain. It's a domain that we've acquired, and we can put together a plan based on some of the research that we're talking about here that we've done.
Awesome. Okay, let me stop sharing that one. And the next one we're going to look at is Marsupial Society. So slightly older than what we just looked at, 19 years old. DR16 has links from which you literally couldn't buy. It's got a link from nationalgeographic.com, for example. You literally couldn't buy that. It's got a government link that you couldn't buy. It's got a link from encyclopedia.com, the German version of National Geographic. Like in terms of links for like animal related domains, it's really good. So let me stop sharing that one and share my screen, and we will do the same thing for that. Where are we?
You've got your sunshine moustache again.
Oh, yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it? Right. Why is my, there we go, you can see that now. Cool. So same thing here. Look at it in Ahrefs first, have a little look in Wayback, then have a look at some competitors, some ideas, things around content that we could create. So it's a DR16, 173 referring domains, been offline really since kind of 2018, but when it was online again, decent amount of traffic for the website that it was when I show you that in a second. There's hardly any pages on there, yeah, decent amount of keywords that it was ranking for too. So this is what it used to look like, basically the society or Marsupial Society of Australia, and they had a little bit about kids, stuff for kids, some fact sheets, some resources, and then that was in 2005, and it literally didn't change at all, basically, over the years. The only thing that it did have, which was towards the end, you could basically join and pay a small fee via PayPal, and then you'd be given like a username and password for the website, and you could access like this members only area. I'm not sure what was behind the members only area. It looks like it wasn't indexed, or for obvious reasons, they want people finding that on Google if it was behind a paywall. But essentially, this forward-facing site was all about kind of marsupials as pets, and hand rearing them, and fact sheets and stuff like that. So literally, the design didn't change over the years. So we have a look at the anchor texts. Again, ordering it highest, lowest referring domains. We've got branded at the top, and we've got branded, and then basically all stuff to do with marsupials as you go down the list here. There's nothing in here that jumps out as anything that shouldn't be there, basically. And then we have a look at best pages by incoming links. In this one, the majority of the links you actually go. I say the majority. It looks like the majority because there's 44 here, but if you add this one, you've got 29 links going to the homepage, and 22 links going to the homepage, and 13 links going to the homepage. When you add those together, it's the primary page is still the homepage, but it's spread out like this here. But there's definitely pages on here that we would want to recreate. So we would want to create a little bit about moles and reuse this URL. We'd want to recreate a little bit about possums and squirrel gliders. Jaw disease, we'd have a look. That's obviously to do with a certain type of animal, a certain type of marsupial. We'd want a little bit about hand rearing marsupials. So there's probably a handful of pages here that we would want to recreate to maintain this link profile when we set this website up. And then when we have a look at the referring domains, this also has a ton from Wikipedia, which is stuck, which is good. It's hard to get those links, even though typically they're no follow. It's hard to get them to stick these days. I see loads and loads of people in Facebook groups asking at the moment. I don't know why. It's like a resurgence of people trying to get Wikipedia links, but I see loads and loads of people in the groups at the moment asking how you get your Wikipedia links to stick, because they update or they edit a piece of content there, and then within literally an hour or two, the moderators come and see what they're doing, and they've removed it. So the fact that these have stuck for ages is a good sign. And like we mentioned earlier, we've got National Geographic, and we've got encyclopedia.com and iNaturalist.org. So there's a ton of good quality links in there on top of the Wikipedia ones as well. And then when we go back and have a look, this has been some time, so they're all going to try and reload now. We go back and have a look at what pages they were, or what was ranking for back in when it was getting traffic to in 2017. See, there's only 48 pages really that were kind of ranking back, or that they had, and that looked at kind of ringtail possums and Rufous. Is that how you say that? I'm terrible with my pronunciation. Carnivorous marsupials, bushtail possums. It's basically like almost like a small database of like marsupial pets or marsupial animals. And you've got the Consider a Marsupial as a Pet page, and American Opossums Part 1, etc. So it's basically what you would expect from a website that talks about this kind of thing. And then if we look at the organic keywords at the same time, back in 2017, we can see the same kinds of things. Like there's nothing you wouldn't expect in there, basically, from a website that talks about these kinds of topics. So when I started delving into my research, like the first thing I looked at, I wasn't 100% sure like what made up a marsupial. It turns out that marsupials are basically animals that grow their young in a pouch rather than kind of in the belly, I guess, and give birth that way. So the first thing I did was literally like look for a list or examples of marsupials, and it's basically kind of kangaroos and wallabies and possums and wombats and tree kangaroos and koalas. and usually or mainly they're in the kind of like Australasia area, but you've also got quite a few in North America as well. And I looked here, and we've got kind of like a list of the actual different types. But really, these are kind of like the main overarching animals. So I was like, oh, okay, well, how big is the space for each of these? So the first thing I looked at, I put in possum into Ahrefs, and I'm just looking at the questions. And there's some decent volume and really low keywords, really low keyword difficulty score for kind of questions around possums, about how to trap one. Maybe you wouldn't want this on like a possum friendly one, but there's how big are they? How do you smell a possum? What does it look like? Maybe not how do you spell them, but there's what to feed them. And there's that also probably lead you down into a can possums eat maybe type of content, for example, and you could kind of go down that wormhole of those kinds of keywords. There's also possum verses, which I looked at. I always try and, if it's something like this, I always try and put a verse in and see what comes up. And we've got possum versus opossum, coon versus possum, and then we've even got some different types of poops, like raccoon poop versus possum poop. And again, like some decent volume, some low search volume, or some low keyword difficulty scores in there. And that was just for possums. And I was like, okay, what about kangaroos? And same kinds of things with kangaroos, basically. Some really weird ones in here, like how many vaginas does a kangaroo have? I was a bit frightened to Google that one, so I don't know what was going to come back up. So yeah, I think just from a kind of like a starting point of looking at different types of keywords in Ahrefs and just getting a feel for, could you build a site around this? Could you build a site around the different types of marsupial animals? And you definitely could. You could start with possums and then build kangaroos and go from there and kind of build up a site around each of the different types. When I was doing that, I was thinking, okay, so well, are there example sites out there of people who've just built sites around one of these? And I found this website, which is called luckykangaroos.com. So it's been around for like 2 years now. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. I don't know if that's just like a data glitch. It would be weird that they dropped from 18,000 to nothing in the space of like a week or so, and then jump back up and carried on going. So I don't know what that was there.
It might have gone offline for a little while.
Yeah, I didn't put it in. I didn't put it in way back to have a look. I want to have a look at it in Ahrefs. I mean,
yeah, you got the same thing.
Yeah, same thing actually. So maybe it's not a data thing. Maybe it did go offline for some time. But it's a DR 3.7, like really low DR. The UR is so low that it literally just doesn't show. But it's getting a decent amount of traffic, especially when you look at it only has 22 pages. Like that's it, 22 posts all about kangaroos. So about pouches and weights and kangaroo sizes and kangaroo fighting and that kind of stuff. So this to me was like, this is a great site. If we can find a site like this that just covers kangaroos, get in potentially 50,000 visits from 22 pages just about kangaroos, like you could do that across all the different marsupial animals. And then I found this one then, which was, so this is Lucky Kangaroo, sorry. So this is what the website looks like, the 22-page website. So it's nothing special. And you've got, this is the kind of content, how tall the kangaroos get. It's not their videos, they embed an ABC video. And that's it. Like it's not great. The other weird thing about this site is there's no adverts. So I don't even know what the goal of this website is. There's no commercial content. There's no adverts. Just if you could, if you're in the space and you want to reach out to this website owner and see if they're would sell you the website, like this would be perfect. Buy it off them and put adverts on there. In my experience, the reply rate is like 0.1%. So I wouldn't hold my breath. But yeah, interesting website for sure to have a look at. And then I found this website as well, which is the example one, which is rangerplanet.com. And this doesn't just cover marsupials, but I think it's a good example of what can be done in kind of like the different type of animal space. So according to Semrush, been around for about 2 years as well, getting 125,000 sessions per month, but we know it's probably quarters of a million plus. It's only a DR13, and you can see that rise in traffic there. And it's got 139 pages. So again, it's not a staggering amount of content. I think this amount of content is doable for most people. And like I say, they don't just cover marsupials. So I would 100% recommend you start there. But you can also then move out into to other animals. You've got animals that lives in lakes, and what eats a wolf, what the foxes eat, what the squirrels eat, all this kind of content. And again, I hate to bring it up again, but this is an income school website. It's a Project 24 based website. We just seem to be finding those. It feels like this is a hit show on those guys.
Yeah, it does.
If anything, it's the opposite. It means they're doing a great job with their content. We just and they're ranking really well, just with low DR essentially.
Yeah.
And I also found this example website as well, which again is kind of similar. They don't look at just marsupial animals, but they cover just animals in general. And this site's done really, really well. So it's been around for like a year and a half, getting 228,000 sessions, or according to Semrush. DR24, and that graph is just looking amazing up there like that. Got more pages, like quite a few more pages, like 1,300 pages. But essentially, this just shows what you could do in the animal space if you went hard on the content production, I guess, if you wanted to really push the boat. And we've got a couple of case studies where some of our clients have wanted to do that. They've wanted to go into a space that's big enough where they can expand really quickly, and we can help them do that. And I think this would be a great opportunity if someone wanted to get into that kind of, wanted to do something similar and get into that kind of realm as well. And that's it. That's my teardown of our 2 domains.
Yeah, I guess start with marsupials on that one, right? And then expand out. I mean, it looks like there's loads of scope for just marsupials anyway at the start. So
yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So yeah, both of those domains available on our site in our inventory. The links are also in the description for each of those if you want to head over and check them out a little bit further. Okay, so guess what? We hit 40 likes. So we've got more than enough for the giveaway today. So do you want to hit some music? So we've got some music to.
Yeah, boy. Let's do a bit of
while we do the giveaway.
Tempo.
Here's the merch. If you haven't seen the merch before, we need some more pictures of people wearing their merch. But t-shirts and caps. So we've got a couple of loads of different designs and colors for t-shirts. We have a mug and we have caps. So the end of that. So okay, are we ready for the? Oh shit, we forgot. What we'll do in the meantime is so if you want to be in the draw for some merch, type something into the chat now. It can be anything you like. You can be hello, goodbye, whatever you like, but just
or
type
like
something in the chat.
Manifested merch, like you could put that in there, like Maeve just did.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, put something in there, and in the next 2 minutes, we will grab those names out. It's just the way that YouTube works. We can't grab your name out unless you've commented recently. So comment now, and we'll put you into the draw. In the meantime, next week's show is going to be for the website investing show. Sorry, 8 Domain Tuesday, should I say? We're going to do some more domain teardowns, but we're going to have a Q&A as well. So it's going to be an open Q&A, and hopefully we're going to have some guests on. So if you'd like to be on the show, if you want to talk about website investing, it doesn't have to be completely H domains, and we'll probably go down some H domain route. Well, we'll be doing the teardowns. That's H domain. But if you want to come on and chat, then go to the chat at nichewebsite.builders website or the contact form on the Niche Website Builders website, and let us know, and we will try and get you onto the stream. Chris is going to be hitting you up on social media and on emails probably to join us as a guest next week. Also, website investing show on Thursday, same time, same place. 0 search volume keyword research. So we've got a really good case study for you there.
Looking forward to that one. That one's going to be great.
Should be good. So it's quite a hot topic. Lots of people talking about that. And then this week on the Niche Lifestyle Show with Alex Cooper. So Doug's away this week. It would have been on his channel, but it's going to be on our channel instead this week. And we're going to be talking about, do you know what you really want? So deep conversation there. So we're going to be talking about, what is it that you really want out of life? And, can you achieve that from working online, essentially? So that's on our channel 1 hour earlier than this show today on the Niche Website Builders YouTube channel. So check it out. Right, I'm going to grab some names here. Hope everyone's typed in. There's only a few names already. It's not that many. Have I waited long enough? That's the question. Okay, long enough. We're going for it. Okay. Here we go. Right, let's go. It's a bit ominous, this music you chose.
Like it.
Oh, it's Soren.
Amazing.
Congratulations, Soren. So head over to nichewebsite.builders, the website. Just send us a message in the chat or through the contact form, and we'll get the merch over to you. Congratulations. That's it. Another show done. I feel like it was like a bit stumbly because it's been a whole week since or 2 weeks since.
Wait. Yours might have been stumbly. Mine was like.
Yeah, yours was awesome. It was slick. I know.
Obviously.
I know. Cool. All right. So thanks very much, everybody. Catch us here tomorrow for the Niche Lifestyle Show, and on Thursday for Zero Search Volume Keyword Research on Thursday, and the Website Investing Show. Thanks very much, everybody, and catch you again soon.
Cheers, guys.